am in my messy garage. Got the Studebaker. There's the original shop manual and the supplement. Now, got this whole box of parts that I'd like to say that I'm going to get installed this week, but I don't think that's going to happen. But I have an important part that I need to put on if I can do it without pulling the engine, and that is this rear transmission mount here. So I got to get this thing up on jack stands and see what we can do. I've got a photo shoot on Friday because she's going to be in a calendar. So I mean, I can drive it the way it is, but when I go around left-hand corners, the transmission shifts to one side and causes some weird noises underneath the car that I don't like. So this is the saga of will I get done what needs to get done. I also have this old cover here that I'm going to put on the bottom of the seat to get rid of that Mexican blanket, and then I have one that matches this sitting back here that I'm letting flatten out that I'm going to try and put over the back seat there. Yes, that is a fire extinguisher. Always carry one with you in a classic car. Anyway, we'll see how much of this I get done. All right, so here, right underneath this cross member is the transmission mount I need to replace. As you can see, it's a typical Studebaker. It leaks all over the place. But I think that's what's causing my problem, which is when I go around corners, the transmission tweaks or something tweaks, and then it starts rubbing up in the tunnel somewhere. Here's the brake master cylinder that is going to have to be replaced, and looks like I got a piece of fuel line to replace on here because that looks pretty dangerous. That looks like a piece of dang air hose that was put in line in the fuel line for some odd unknown reason. But the master cylinder, for some reason, well, maybe it's just not giving it enough throw. This was loose. Huh. All right, well, maybe now I'll have brakes because the reservoir hasn't leaked, and I don't have any brake fluid leaks under here that I can tell. So this has the Turner brake dual pot master cylinder conversion on it. It's a Raybestos master cylinder for like a CJ7, and then it's got this plate to adapt it. But that's interesting. I just found that was loose, so maybe it just wasn't getting enough throw because the rear half of the master cylinder runs the front brakes and the other half runs the back brakes, and I lost back brakes. So interesting. All right, well, I guess we will see about that too, but here she is. Here's the underside of a Studebaker 289 and a 58 Silverhawk. You can see my lovely floor pans here that need to be replaced. They just a little floppy and have some galvanized tin in there and whatever. I have new rear floors for it that came out of a rust-free California car. That's a wintertime project for me, I think. But anyway, all right, well, the saga continues because I don't think without being on a lift I can get this transmission mount done, and I think the front motor mounts might have to be loosened and lifted. The bolts for the cross member are up in these holes, but even if I get those loose, I can't get the motor jacked up enough to be able to, or get the transmission jacked up enough to be able to get those out, to get the mount out. So I'm pretty much screwed, I guess, for today. So I guess I'll have to put up with the noise a little longer and wait till I can borrow a friend's lift. But The transmission does feel solid in here. I can't physically shake things back and forth, so I don't know that that's the problem. I know the rear leaf springs are completely worn out, so and I need to put some new springs on it or air shocks or something to bring up that back end. But since I figured this out on the brakes here, I'm going to tighten the stop nut that was never tightened and see about how my brakes work now. So, you know, something as simple as that can stop you from having rear brakes. So anyway, I got something figured out here anyway on the car. All right, so herein lies the problem. It is the spring has been heated up at some point, and they put a weird bend in it right here, and both springs are that way, and it's causing the drive shaft pinion angle to be wrong, making it too far up, and it's hitting on inside the tunnel, especially when there's weight in the car. So you know, I'm no small guy. Did also discover that my frame's a little crunchy right here on the bottom. It's okay all the way, the rest of the way around, but that spot right there is a little crusty, so that's going to have to be fish plated or something before this is done and over with. But I don't know what my next saga on this thing is. Maybe put the seat covers on it. I don't know. We'll see. But that might be for another day, because it's hotter than hell out here, and feel like I haven't done much of anything, and I'm already worn out. So, but I did discover a few things, so that's good. I've just been driving this car. I haven't really done much. So, it's got old Smithy glass packs on it. They sound really freaking cool. But, you know, for a 60-plus-year-old car, I guess it's okay.